Hey, it's the Pleb. We're going to review Rachel's latest TikTok where she comes out and cries and claims she thinks she's going to get killed. So stay tuned. Let's get into it.
I'm a female reporter and I have been receiving death threats for months now. My DMs, my replies on Twitter, my emails, this is what they look like every day.
Okay, let me preface this and say that if you guys are actually sending death threats, if these are real and you're sending death threats to Rachel, stop doing that. You're pathetic, you're a loser, and I hope you get prosecuted to the full extent of the law. We're in a culture war right now. We're in a spiritual war. It's a war of ideas. To threaten violence and things like that, you're not helping. You're actually helping Rachel Gilmore and the side that is trying to have our internet censored right now. So you're actually screwing us over. So whoever is doing that, stop it. Stop it.
And it's not just me. People are targeting female and especially women of color journalists.
Rachel, you lost the argument right there. You're making this about race and sex. Okay, so this is what liberals and woke people do. They want to make everything about identity politics. So what Rachel's doing right now is she's making this problem seem like this is a problem against people of color and a problem against women. It's not. Have you guys read the comment sections for Glenn McGregor or any of these other male mainstream journalists? They get demolished, especially the ones that are in the limelight. Rachel, you're in the limelight. You put yourself in the limelight. You grew your account quickly. You have a big following. You put out lies and ridiculous nonsense every day that gaslights the Canadian people. This is what happens. Once again, you don't deserve death threats, but you definitely deserve to be told off in the Twitter comments every day. And you know what, Rachel? If my comment section was people just telling me what an idiot I was and trashing me all day, I wouldn't even be on Twitter. It would be no point. But I try to provide my audience with value. I try to make my audience laugh. I am here to entertain them and make their life better. You're actually doing the opposite. So this is why you're receiving the backlash. And I know you woke people are not like very good with self-awareness, but this is kind of exactly what's happening, Rachel. We'll keep this going.
Trying to silence our voices. Myself and my colleagues Erica and Saba have been on the receiving end of these for months, and we've reported it to the police, and so far nothing has happened. Meanwhile, we've been told that our photos were plastered to the wall of a garage and they were deciding which one of us they wanted to kill. And we're told that we're
horrible. That's the truth. You know, we don't know of the validity of these emails and screenshots there that are floating around behind you on TikTok. I don't know if those are real or not, but if those are real, that's pretty sad. We should not be threatening our journalists with violence. It's not right. You're losing the argument when you're doing this. But your story, Rachel, so ridiculous that I'm just getting the Josie Smollett vibes. Possibly. I don't fully trust you at all because you know what, Rachel? You've been lying to us for years. Okay? We have proof of it. You've been gaslighting us for years. You have a very poor track record of telling the truth. So I'm very skeptical with all the information you put forward, especially considering you were on a panel with Marco Mendoncino 5-6 days ago talking about this exact problem that you came out and sold yesterday on Twitter. You know, you're trying to sell that women and people of color are being targeted, especially the journalists. You're trying to sell this agenda to get our internet censored. I know exactly what you're doing, Rachel. I'm not falling for it. And you know what? Women are emotional manipulators. You know, they use crying, they use tears in order to get their own way. I've dated women. I know how the game works. Okay. And this is why I thought it was amazing today when all these women were calling you out on Twitter because they know the game you're playing. Keep it going.
Stalked, and I don't feel safe leaving my house anymore. Every day it's like this. Every day. When right-wing influencers talk about me.
Okay. Right-wing influencers, and you have the name of Viva Fry. Okay. Viva Fry is a Canadian hero. Someone who we trust. You want to know why we trust him? Because he went to the convoy and live streamed it for us so we could see all the footage unedited, because when we watched it on the news and on global news, you made it seem like the convoy was a bunch of racist Nazi KKK people, but what we were seeing from the live streamers on YouTube was telling us a whole other story. And this is what really bothers you. People like Viva Fry, little independent journalists, they completely exposed your scam, and you are disgusting. I'll tell you this, my brother-in-law watches CBC and watches all this shit, and then he's on Facebook writing posts like, oh, you know, if you support the convoy, you support racism. You know, this is what you guys do to normies. So people like me, I'm here to wake up the normies and get them out of the hypnotic mind control that the mainstream media has them under. That's my job.
I get another one. There is racist, misogynistic, disgusting, and threatening language in all of them. And our only crime is doing journalism. Free press is under attack. And people need to pay attention and do something about it.
Journalism is under attack. Yeah, it is. It's under attack by people like you. It's under attack by our federal government who funds it and controls the narratives. Yeah, it is under attack. This is not what journalism is. Taking orders from the government, writing stories that push an agenda, that's not journalism. Journalism is the pursuit of truth and asking questions and digging up facts. You do nothing of that, Rachel. Every day you're putting out an article that is just pushing a narrative forward, and you're gaslighting the Canadian people, and they hate you for it. Do some actual journalism. Twitter files leaked. The biggest document leak since Watergate. Not a word from you. Today you're talking about how many dogs died when Elon Musk is doing the Neuralink chip in all the tests. You're talking about the amount of dogs. Who gives a shit? You have the biggest document dump in 50 years right now on Twitter, and not a word from you. So you're disingenuous. You push agendas. You push narratives. You don't push journalism. You're attacking journalism.
Or one of us will get killed.
One of us will get killed. Okay. I don't believe this for a minute. I know what the government wants to do. The government wants to put Bill C-11 forward. They want to censor the internet. They want to censor algorithms on YouTube and social media so that people like Viva Fry, people like Clyde Do Something, people like me, the pleb, we will completely disappear, and their little parrots, their little spokespersons like Rachel Gilmore and people who play friendly with the regime and stick to the script, they're the ones who are going to appear on your news feed. You want Bill C-11 to pass so people like the pleb, myself, go away. Because you fear me. Because people actually respect me. Because I'm not here to sell agendas and narratives. I'm just here to tell stories. Okay, I'm trying to dig up things. I'm correcting myself on social media. If I post something that's actually incorrect, I've done it. I've deleted it, and then I went and tweeted and say that, hey man, I made a mistake posting that. How about actually being honest? It's not that hard, Rachel. You and your colleagues like Saba coming out and saying, oh, you know, would you allow a citizen surgeon to do surgery on you? What is that supposed to mean? You are elitists. No one respects you. People respect someone like me who went to trade school, who's doing your job, more than you who went to woke university to learn how to do this grift. You are grifters. This is not an attack on Rachel Gilmore. This is an attack on the Canadian people by our government and our media and the establishment and the mind control they put on us. Wake up. It's a scam. This is a crisis acting in order to push forward internet censorship. Do not allow videos like this to emotionally manipulate you, because that's all it is. Rachel is making herself the center of the story to sell a narrative. Stop feeding into it. It's all bullshit. Follow the pleb. I'll tell you the truth. Don't follow these mainstream media clowns. See you at the next video.